So today we're going to be talking about sunscreen and things that you should avoid and things that you should strive for.
Yeah. So conventional sunscreen is the sunscreen that we easily find at the grocery store and that we've been using probably our whole lives. It's brands like Coppertone, Banana Boat, Neutrogena, things like that. So those are the really common ones, and conventional chemical-based sunscreen is the most common type of sunscreen. These conventional sunscreens have the active ingredient of a chemical. Not all chemicals are bad, we know that, but when it comes to sunscreen, there are just awful chemicals being used, especially as the active ingredients, and they're causing things like hormone disruption, reproductive issues, passing that toxicity on from mother to baby, and things like that. So they're really scary and not really a chemical to mess with, and that is what's in our conventional brands of sunscreen. And the most common, that's what you're going to see the most readily available, and that's why we want to bring awareness to what you can use instead. It's a fact that when you put something on your skin, whether it's a cream or a spray or whatever, your skin is going to absorb that. It's going into your bloodstream and into your body. So the ingredients of what you're putting on your body are really important.
Yes, so there are some alternatives to the conventional sunscreen. You want to look for a more natural mineral-based sunscreen where the active ingredient would be a mineral. The best one is zinc oxide, so you would find that on the back in the ingredients. And zinc oxide actually protects against UVA and UVB rays better than conventional sunscreen does. So it's kind of like a win-win. You're getting more natural and it's better protection. And it's also not bad for you and not bad for the environment.
Yeah. So like conventional sunscreen brands, even the natural sunscreens can be a form of greenwashing, which would be tricking the consumer into thinking it's more clean or better for yourself and for the environment than it actually is. There's a lot of really trustworthy brands out there, but then there are some that are using that greenwashing strategy. So you have to look out for it. Not every single mineral sunscreen brand is going to use the best ingredients. So some of our favorites that we really love and trust are brands like Mad Hippie, Acure or Acure, not quite sure how to say it, Badger, and Blue Lizard. They're all sunscreens that we've tried out that are using zinc oxide as that active ingredient and protecting our skin while not feeding our skin toxic things. But our favorite thing to do is just make our own homemade sunscreen, and it's fun and easy to do, and we're going to post the recipe for it. It's based with shea butter, almond oil, some other oils that naturally have SPF in them, and then in addition to that, there's that zinc oxide that is really the active ingredient that's blocking and reflecting off those UVA and UVB rays that would be causing the damage in the first place. We also want to point out that the conventional sunscreen doesn't even protect against all forms of skin cancer, and it's even linked to other types of cancer. So there's concerns about it relating to cancer, and that's what we're trying to get rid of in the first place, or prevent in the first place, which is why we really like to use that mineral-based sunscreen. Also, sunlight is very healthy to the human body. It's just all about balance and not overdoing it by being out in the sun too long or at the wrong times without protection. It's also important to point out that what the foods we eat do affect how we handle sun damage. So eating things that are high in antioxidants help us fight that free radical damage from the sun.
Also, to avoid getting too much sun, you can use protective clothing, hats, and go in the shade whenever you feel necessary.
And then when you're not able to do those things, that's when you want to use a mineral sunscreen or make your own.
Make your own.
Thanks.